Yeah, thank you, Sally. It is a pleasure to meet you, and it would be wonderful speaking with all the audience here about my journey, which has been pretty long over the last 20 years. But I'm still excited and about what I'm doing and looking forward to a great conversation. Yeah, one of the things that means I always talk about connecting the dots. So it's about your passion. So one of the passions that I always had, but I was never able to get any time, was about the writing. So then over the last 1.5 years, I got that time and I write a lot. So that's the kind of passion I have. So I write a lot. I write my blogs. I have also released a book on cricket recently, and that has been it. And I also have a lot of focus on the healthcare sector. So that is a side hustle you can talk of, that we talk of, which is about the electronic medical records. But it is not something that we have been able to grow off, but that is something I always have in the back of my mind. But if you ask me who I am, yes, I'm an entrepreneur who wants to work on technologies and do certain stuff to help our customers. And I have a passion towards writing. And so one of my passion is that I want people to read more so that I can give books to people so that they can read more. And I'm a passionate writer. So that's it. One of the biggest challenges when you start any business is, other than the capital, of course, is the kind of people, the kind of team you are able to build. And team building has been a real issue when we start off, because as a startup which is not properly funded, it becomes a challenge to get the right kind of people. So we had to focus on hiring a lot of freshers, and we focused a lot on training those people. And we are very lucky that many of these people are still working with us. Like they started right after college, and after 11 years, they are still with us. So that has been one of the pinnacle points, in the sense that I mean, it gives us so much happiness that one of our employees comes up and tells that a son is born. So it's like I have seen this guy come out of college and then come to our office, then getting married and then having a family. So it gives us a lot of happiness seeing that. This is something which is very difficult to actually write it down or tell something, but it's something which comes from inside, that we feel very happy. So that's number one. And number two has been the bottlenecks that we feel. Being in Bengal, there has been a lot of problem related to entrepreneurship, but we focused on keeping ourselves, that we will keep ourselves in Bengal, that we have been in Bengal, we will remain in Bengal. It's not that we will shift to Bangalore or somewhere else. So we have been there. And the third very important part was about the money part, that we always decided that we will never take debts. We will not take loans. We will not take external fundings. That is the independence that we always love, and we have been kept it. For 11 years, we are a debt free company, so we go to sleep well. And that gives us a enjoyment that whatever happens, probably we are not one of those brands where people are going after, but we know for ourselves that the 200 people who are working with us, they are happy, and we are also relatively happy that we are able to lead a good life. So these are the three aspects that we have worked on, and we keep continue working on. Yeah, see, again, it is not that 100% of the people have stayed with us, but the people who have stayed with us, I think it is about the belief factor that whatever I talk of knowing your why. So, what is my why of running Brainium? And probably these employees have been able to understand my why and their why. So, they have felt connected. And what we have done is that we have given them opportunities to learn. We have given them the freedom. Like we talk of work from home today because of this pandemic, but in our company the work from home concept was there for a long time, not today, means for 7 8 years people have been working from home when they were not doing well, means somebody in the family is not doing well. So, sir, can I work from home? Yeah, go ahead, work from home, as long as you give your work properly, I don't have a problem. So these probably gave them that freedom that here is a company I can stick on because these people believe me. So we have worked a lot on the belief factor. And the second thing is that other than the salary part, we have worked a lot on the recognition part. Means we started this concept of go the extra mile. So we call it the GEM Awards. So wherein people who are doing something extra for our customers, going beyond than their KRAs, these people are rewarded. They are rewarded with a trophy, sometimes with bonuses, sometimes with certificates, but it is going beyond just the monetary part. They get recognition, they share it on social media, and they get some kind of a enjoyment or a happiness out of it. And probably that is the reason these people have stuck on with us. Yeah, personally, I will say that I had this habit because I am in sales and I have this talent of remembering a lot of things. And that is something I should not boast of, but I have a very sharp memory. Now, what happened, like everything was in my head, and I was not very clear on that everybody is not like me. So, we need to have certain kind of processes. So that is something which was a shift for me because I used to manage everything in Excel sheet or it is there in my head. So we moved into the technologies part that we brought into the CRM, then we brought in the various project management systems so that people follow the process rather than we are not people dependent. What happens that if I get a Sachin Tendulkar, everybody cannot be a Sachin Tendulkar. So you need some average players also who can also become close to Sachin Tendulkar just by following the processes. So the shifting into the process from being very crude in just using Excel sheets or just via emails, updations, all these have been stopped. We have moved into much more into the process oriented systems, invested on those technologies like Zoho CRM, we have Bestcam, all these things we have now used. So now what has happened, the advantage has been because of this pandemic, and we had these systems about 3 4 years back, now everything is very seamless. Otherwise it would have been very difficult to communicate and collaborate. So that is a shift thankfully I did about 5 6 years back. That is now we are doing so much better even under this pandemic. I know situations is so bad, but as far as the work is concerned, it is very seamless. Yeah. So I'm an engineer. So I was born and brought up in West Bengal. Then I moved to Bangalore to do my engineering. There I worked in sales for about 5 6 years. Then I moved to Calcutta and started this company. But the thing was that I always wanted to do something related to healthcare about the electronic medical records. And we had the entire concept in mind, but what we understood is we require a lot of funds. It is not something, because as you can see, the electronic medical records, we still don't have it. We still have all files. Everybody, the father, mother, kids, everybody has files. They do not have everything can be in a digital, right? We don't have it because the hospitals, there is a lot of manipulation. So we tried to make it, but we realized that we need a lot of funds for that. That's how it came to Brainium. That's why we thought we will start Brainium, because we can get into website development and application development. We make some money and then we can invest that money into this healthcare system. So the goal is to develop some kind of an healthcare system which can be digitally used by all Indians. So that is the real purpose we have. But right now it is only web and apps that we are working on. And being an engineer, and my co-partners are also being engineers, it has been very helpful, because an engineer who is into sales helps the clients, and engineers who are looking after production, that also helps. And in a journey wise means uh, Bangalore, Bangalore and the life that I have, that has been a that is what it has been for me, because my partner is my college mate. So it has been very easy for me to run the business, because he is something that I have grew up with. From the age of 18 I knew him. So it's a relationship of more than 25 years. Without great partnership we will not be able to build a business. My other partner has been my neighbor in Calcutta, so I knew him from years. So the real thing that has worked for Brainium has been the friendship and the family thing that we have among the founders, and we have been able to pass this on to all our team members. So whoever is in the team, they feel like part of us, and that is something why we have been able to grow well. Means the empathy that we are able to talk to, means people feel that we care about them. Means there are people who are being affected by COVID. Their family members are affected by COVID. We are genuinely concerned of them. They know that we are concerned. And that is where the bonding comes. And that is why our attrition rate is less, and we are able to build a team which can work with us for a long term. Yeah, one of the biggest challenge I'll tell is about retaining talent. Why? Because as I told that we take a lot of people from the colleges, we train them, and then very quickly within the 1.5 years they then move on to the bigger brands, be the Cognizant, be the Accentures. So this churning never helps a company, because what happens is that it takes 6 months to train these people, then they work for 1 year and then they leave for a higher salary. It's very clear about the brand of the salary they leave, and that's quite reasonable because everybody wants to build a great career. But what we have done here is that we we understood that there is this 25-30% of our people, our team, who will be with us, because that is the team which believes us, which believes Brainium. They breathe Brainium. So what we did with these people was that you are part of Brainium. Do not even think of anything. So these people takes ownership of the company, ownership of the brand, ownership of the work. And what they do is that they continuously keep on hiring 5 or 6 people, and they keep on training, because they know that there will be a time people will leave. Now, to make this process very smooth, it took a lot of time, because we were facing a lot of crunch, because we have faced situations like people leave, 4 or 5 people leaves in together, because it happens probably during this January to March time, when all these companies goes for a lot of recruitment, the Infosys and all these people. So that time we get a lot of people who leaves. What happens that time only, we used to get projects, and then the clients used to be getting dissatisfied. because we are not able to deliver. So we have realized that we need to hire more. So what we have done, we have hired more of these junior people, keep on training them, so that even if 4 or 5 people leaves, we are always we are not at the brink wherein the customers are shouting at us. So that didn't happen. So one of the real problems is the talent that leaves us, and that is something I do not think in the software industry I'll be able to control. As the saying goes, control only the controllables. So that is an uncontrollable thing. I cannot control it. So only thing I can control is that I can hire more junior people, fresh people, train them and keep them ready. So that is something we have learned and we are following it on a regular basis. One of the few of the things that I have learned a lot has been about leadership, because I have not been working in any companies which are brands. Means I have worked always in the mid-level companies. So it is not that I have been able to work with those great leaders. So one thing that I always had is, like, as I told you, like, means I being a cricket fan, I always take the example of Sachin Tendulkar. So when Sachin Tendulkar was the captain, he did not perform that well. One of the reason was there was a lot of micromanagement. So I also used to do that mistake. Okay. Are you there? Hello.
তোমার প্রবলেম না, মনে হয় ওনার প্রবলেম। সার্চ
ওনার problem হবে?
মনে হয়, জানি না, দেখো।
Yeah. Unmute. Yeah. Now I'm audible. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So what we were speaking on? Okay, micromanagement. Yeah. Yeah. So I had this thing that I used to do a lot of micromanagement. So that is something which I realized over a period of time that was wrong, because the leaders, the managers that I had, they used to micromanage me. So I got into this habit that as a manager you need to micromanage. But then I realized that people are not so getting that freedom. So then I read a couple of books and I realized that I need to be more transparent. So one of the things that I started implementing was that for my team members to become transparent with me, first I need to be transparent with them. So I started telling them stories, my vulnerabilities, what are my problems. I started telling them. Then I started telling them, criticize me. Straight, one-to-one meetings, I used to ask them to criticize me. They used to feel the problem that, oh, how can I criticize a boss? I said, no problem, nothing will happen, you criticize me. After a few weeks, they started telling me the problems. That you used to do this, I did not like you doing this. I took a note of everything. And then I told them, now you judge, am I changing? So after a month, I asked them, you said this thing about 6 months back. Do you think sort of has changed? Or do you think you need further refinement? What do you think more feedback you need to give me? And there have been feedback. Okay, now I see that you are not doing this. I like this about you. You are not getting excited. You are not getting anxious. So all this negative stuff has now started going out of the window. So this, my team has actually helped me change, but of course I have implemented this as a leader. So the biggest transformation for me has been the leadership journey, because I have grown in the company. So I didn't know how to manage a team, so I had to learn it. And thankfully I have been able to reach wherever I have, thankfully with the team, and I have grown as well. Because I keep telling that as a leader, you should not stop learning. You need to keep on learning. It's not that you become a leader so you know everything. No, I don't know anything. And I keep telling my team also that I don't know. So you need to tell me. So that has been one of the biggest change I think that has happened in the company. Yeah, things have really changed over the last 1.5 years, that I must say, but especially in India. But what I have realized is that people have realized that branding is important. Previously, it was something, okay, Tata is a brand or a Bajaj is a brand. Now everybody has understood that everybody can tell their story. And I think many people have realized that brand is just not a brand. Brand, you need to treat brands like a human being. Like when I talk of brand, I always think about Xerox. Because like I have hardly seen anyone telling me, okay, I need to photocopy this. They always say, I will Xerox this. So that is a kind of a brand, because Xerox is a company. It is not the product. So the product itself became, and everybody talks of Xerox. There is no competitor. So it is similar. So what I have realized is that people are investing on the digital side of things, on the digital marketing. They realize that by using social media, by using digital channels, they can generate business. But what I also see is that people do not realize how to utilize it properly. Because of, again, the thing is about the money part. People think I can do it at a cheaper rate. Oh, this is not going to get me much business. But that's something, the teachable part has to still come in, because India is still nascent market. So we still need to teach these people that why you need to invest money, because ROI is something from social media and digital marketing, it will take time to come. People expect that within 3 months they will get a result. So that has been a trouble. But people outside India, we generally work with a lot of brands outside India, we never face this trouble. But we want to replicate that in India, but I have found that people do not realize that they need to invest money in this. So what they do is that they needlessly pay money on promoting tweets, on various kind of advertising on Facebook and LinkedIn, which doesn't really work for B2B market. You can tell your stories. Founders needs to tell their stories. People needs to be connected. There are two things, right? You are also running a business. I am also running a business. Various people are running a business. You need to attract two things. One is customers. Another is good talent. And then you create an environment. So for both these things, you need to leverage the social media to tell your stories. Your vulnerability stories. Your company suddenly doesn't become a 200 people company. It has gone through all the upheavals. Tell that story. Everybody has got a story. And once you tell that story, people will get connected to you. So I think little by little we are changing, but I think there is a huge thing to do, because people still do not realize in India that you cannot push sell. You need to pull it. People need to attract to you. People try to push you. Means I get a LinkedIn connection and straight away there will be a sales pitch. It doesn't work that way. You need to connect with me, you need to understand me, and then it will work. So hopefully people will learn and will get better. Yeah, for me it is about family and friends because with the business I have been able to give more time to them because that is one leverage I have been able to save. Recently, when one of my nephews got married, my cousin, he that means I am means I'm like a brother to him. So we are two. So he had a lot of work. So he said, Saurav, you'll be able to take care because he lives in Mumbai. So but the marriage was happening in Calcutta, so I had to take a lot of headache. So he said, you'll be able to give time. We were so busy. I said, that is the only thing I can give. My business, so I can give time. Even for my employees also I tell it. When it comes to family, give them time. So that is one thing that drives me. Number two is that I read a lot of books. So I read a lot of books because the books challenges me. So I keep on, like right now I'm reading a book of Naval Ravikant. And I am realizing that I need to keep on challenging myself when it comes to wealth or when it comes to being fit for everything, means health, wealth, and wisdom. I have a lot of things to do. So what I always do is that I have a 5-minute journal. I write out it every day. What am I thankful for? Frankly speaking, right now I'm thankful that I'm alive, and next thing is that I keep on shifting my goalpost. Like if 2021 I am planning to do this, then 2022 I will be planning to do this. It is not only about that. Like simple thing, I need to read 35 books in 2021. I have made that a goal. If I am able to do that, next time I will go there because Bill Gates tells that he reads 50 books. So once before I die, I should be able to read that. I have to reach that. So these are the kind of simple things I have. I try to keep motivating people also. Means one of the happiest thing is that I see my son reading books now. He is 16 years old. So I see, okay, great. So after a lot of struggle without telling him, now he is picking up books from myself and he's reading. So these are the small things that keeps me happy. Finally, everybody needs to be happy. I think that's the primary goal. Yeah. Right. Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Sally. Pleasure speaking to you. Bye. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, same here. That is something I also do. Yeah, same here. So you will send me this recording as well? You will send me this recording?